If you were to get a bunch of psychiatrists together and say, what is the best psychiatric medication that exists, you'd get a whole lot of different answers. Some people would say Prozac, some people would say ketamine, some people would say psychedelics, all sorts of fun things that are out there in today's world. I first want to say that there's way too many psychiatric medications. There's way too many diagnoses. There's way too many people taking psychiatric medications, and the whole thing has gotten out of sorts. But people, they want things. People want help with depression or anxiety. They seek out psychiatric medications. Doctors, many of which don't seem to really have enough time, rather than going into the deep parts of what's going on inside of a person, will then take out their script and write for them a medication. I would say, unfortunately, all too many times it may not really be the best way to go. That being said, I do want to go out on a limb here and say there is one medication. If I had to say there's one medication that I think is better than all the other ones, had to zero it down to one, I would say lithium. Lithium. Now, people, when they hear the word lithium, they freak out. What are you talking about, lithium? Lithium is like a serious psychiatric medication. And in some ways, maybe it is. People think somebody is manic, somebody is psychotic. It's got all these side effects. It can affect the kidneys and the thyroid and electrolytes and all these things. Why, oh why, am I advocating lithium? Well, first of all, I'm not advocating lithium. I'm advocating no psychiatric medications unless truly, truly necessary. But there are times when medications are necessary, when diagnoses are real. Lithium, first of all, is a naturally occurring substance inside of us. Lithium medication's been around for now 70 years, and I've seen it work magic on so many people. Of course, the gold standard for a true bipolar disorder, a manic episode where people are hyper, they don't need any sleep for a number of days in a row, they go out on spending sprees, they're sexually promiscuous, they're taking chances, grandiose, standing on tall buildings, thinking they have special powers, a big manic episode. Lithium can work wonders. I've seen it many times in my work in the psychiatric hospital. It helps with their symptoms, and I'd say most important, it helps with their insight. They suddenly have this insight and awareness of what they were going through before, and their eyes get opened. But lithium can do much, much more than that, because there's many people who simply have all sorts of significant mood swings, what we might call emotional dysregulation. There's many people who have difficulty with focus, and they get diagnosed quickly with ADHD. There's people who have cognitive problems with their memory. They begin to forget things. Or when they get older, oftentimes you can get dementia. There's people who become suicidal. And what research is showing is that lithium, low dosage of lithium, can help with all of those symptoms. It's quite remarkable. I say low dosage of lithium. Lithium, we can monitor the level. When we do a blood test, the ideal that we've been taught is that it needs to be between 0.6 and 1.2. So when I was taught in my residency, we try to hit the middle of that, 0.9, and we say that's the sweet spot. People with severe manic episodes, usually a bit higher. But for the rest of us, people with emotional dysregulation and not really manic episodes, what we've learned, and these other things, ADHD, cognitive problems, what we've learned is low dosage of lithium can be incredibly powerful. When I say low dosage, it means the level is below the lowest level that I said. It's below 0.6. It may be 0.5 or 0.4. Low dosage of lithium can work wonders, and I've seen it happen for so many. It's quite remarkable. What we found with a low dosage of lithium is its effects on the kidney and the thyroid virtually is non-existent. Now, of course, the electrolytes. Now, of course, we do need to monitor those things. We need to watch those things and be careful. But what we found is it really does not have those effects. A responsible psychiatrist or doctor obviously needs to do blood work. Lithium. Lithium can work wonders. Now, there's so many people, they have all sorts of problems with their marriage, with their careers, with relating to other people because they fly off the handle easily. They have all sorts of mood swings. It gets in the way of friendships and relationships and internally for themselves. Lithium can be a very steadying force. Now, what you need to know is that psychiatrists should never, ever, ever take away somebody's excitement of life. And there are many medications which do that, which can render somebody somewhat numb. So we need to find the right dosage. When people do need something like lithium, we need to find the right minimal dosage so people can still have an excitement about life. That is the job of a psychiatrist. That people should live life to the hilt, but not get out of control. So lithium sort of gets you up to the playing field, and then you can use your internal strengths and talents to do all the wonderful things that you want to do in the world. Lithium will not bring meaning to you. It will not bring spirituality to you. It will not make you connected to your soul. Those are the things that you need to do. But lithium can put you in the ballpark, so then you can more readily access those things. Live life to the hilt. If you have a lot of significant emotional dysregulation, a lot of mood swings, a lot of difficulty with focus, some difficulty with memory, and in more tragic times, suicidal thoughts, I would strongly advocate that you speak to your doctor about lithium. It can be indeed a very powerful medication. At the same time, if you can live life without taking anything, that is obviously the preferred way.